Hello everybody, I'm Danrvdtree2000, also known as Dan2x15 on Xbox Live, and welcome to another WWE predictions video. But this predictions video, for you guys that haven't seen my predictions videos before, it's going to be a little bit different. I've done one similar like this before, because this pay-per-view is called WWE Clash at the Castle, that is taking place in Wales, United Kingdom. In fact, one of the first pay-per-views to take place in the United Kingdom since 1992. I'm excited for it, but not as excited for it as I was for Summerslam 1992, because, well, if you think about it, it was Summerslam. And Clash of the Castle is just another normal pay-per-view. So it's not exactly a SummerSlam, Survivor Series, WrestleMania, or Royal Rumble, but hey, we've got one nonetheless. And as per usual, if you haven't seen my predictions before, this is how I do it. I do two predictions. Who I think is going to win, which is basically who WWE have booked to win, who I want to win, which is my own personal opinion. So I usually go, with that being said, before we get on to the predictions, I usually have each picture up for you, and I will make the predictions. But as it's tonight at 6 PM, I want to try. I'm hoping that I'm trying to get this video out as quick as possible for you guys, so that you can be watching this on the day, and let me know what you think of my predictions. But so here we go. Clash of the Castle in Wales. Here is my predictions for all 6 matches, and it'll be. I've shown you a picture in a minute. I'm going to go from the top left to the bottom right. All matches in a quick succession as possible. Here we go. Let's do this. And here we are, and making these short predictions. Ladies and gentlemen, I usually have the entire matchup on the screen, plus and who's on a little bit on the bottom of who's facing who. But I'm not going to do that this time. As I said, as you can see, I'm going to go from the top left to the bottom right, starting with the first match, which is Rey Mysterio and Edge versus Finn Balor and Damian Priest of the Judgment Day. It's on the top left of the screen, ladies and gentlemen. That match is going to be awesome. Me personally, I feel like there's going to be a heel turn. I feel like Dominic Mysterio is going to betray his dad and Rey Mysterio and Edge in this one and join the Judgment Day, because he couldn't attack on Raw. He was so holding that kidney stick so tight, he didn't want to hit Rhea Ripley. I mean, personally, I don't know if that's because he's a gentleman and he doesn't like to hit women, but this is WWE, damn it. That rule book goes out the window. So, I, for one, would like to see Dominic turn heel here. So, and he's going to be at ringside, and Rhea Ripley is going to be at ringside too for the Judgment Day. So yeah, because of the heel turn, who do I think is going to win the Judgment Day? Who do I want to win? Edge and Rey Mysterio, because they're a former tag team champions, so I think they could easily beat the Judgment Day here. And the next match at Clash at the Castle is going to be the Intercontinental Championship match of this. Gunther, the Intercontinental Champion, is going to be taking on Sheamus. Sheamus has never won the Intercontinental Championship. He is a former United States Champion. He's a former WWE Champion. A former World Heavyweight Champion. He's won the Royal Rumble. He's won the King of the Ring. He's headlined WrestleMania. He's won the Money in the Bank. There's so many accolades. He's won the only championship that he has not won before. That's the Intercontinental Championship. This is going to be a bomb battle between two brutes. We had a match on SmackDown between Butch and Ludwig Kaiser, in which Ludwig Kaiser tried his best to defeat Butch, but Butch in the end hit that bitter end, and 1, 2, 3, it was all over. But, and of course, then afterwards he went, hey, was holding back. Gunther wanted a piece of Sheamus there and then. And I feel like this is going to be a really good matchup. Who do I think is going to win? Gunther. Who do I want to win? Of course, I'm rooting for the Irishman Sheamus here to win his first ever Intercontinental Championship. As we'll go on to the next match, ladies and gentlemen. The next match, of course, is being Matt Riddle versus Seth Rollins. That's right, Seth Rollins and Matt Riddle. Their nicknames have been shortened again. And Matt Riddle has got his first name back. And I feel like a lot of people are going to get their first names back. Slowly but surely. This rivalry has been going on for quite some time, and their heads are going to clash, no pun intended, a clash of the castle. I kind of want this to be like a no disqualification match or something, because it can't just be a singles one-on-one contest. It's gonna be out of control. So I feel like it's going to be thrown out to a no contest. Man, that interview with Seth Rollins and Matt Riddle on Raw, the Raw before Clash of the Castle, oh my god, it was great. The fire has been let loose for people to go on doing their own promos. I feel like we're getting back to that, doing their own promos with a couple of scripted ones in between. You know, oh man, this is going to be hard for me to judge and who I want to win this. But I'm going to say between Matt Riddle and Seth Rollins here. Who do I think is going to win? Seth Rollins. Who do I want to win? Matthew Riddle. Yeah, so it's going to be big after the words that were exchanged. And Monday Night Raw, I feel like Matt Riddle's going to beat the living piss out of Seth Rollins at Clash of the Castle. Wow. We know for a fact that, you know, a former champion in Seth Rollins can go toe-to-toe with Matt Riddle. But speaking of champions, we'll go on to the next match as the Raw Women's Champion Bianca Belair teams up with former Raw Women's Champion Alexa Bliss and former Raw Women's Champion Asuka to take on Bayley, Io Sky, and Dakota Kai in a 6-woman tag team matchup. That's gonna be a really good matchup if I do say so myself. It might not be, you know, in that position where it might just be in the mid card in between the three championship matches, but I feel like this is gonna be a big great matchup. There's big story being told here with, you know, Io Sky and Dakota Kai and Bayley arriving at SummerSlam after Becky Lynch is now injured. So many good wrestlers out injured right now in WWE. It's unbelievable. We've only just had Bayley come back from injury. So who do I think is going to win? I think Bayley, Io Sky, and Dakota Kai are going to win. But I want Bianca Belair, Alexa Bliss, and Asuka to win. It could lead up for a future big rivalry. We shall see. But going from one women's champion to another, we are going to have Liv Morgan defend her SmackDown Women's Championship against Shayna Baszler. And there is no if, buts, or maybes. Liv Morgan won the Money in the Bank. Cashed in the Money in the Bank against Ronda Rousey to become the SmackDown Women's Championship. Had a controversial ending at the last pay-per-view in which she pinned Ronda Rousey, but also tapped out to Ronda Rousey. But the fact that she tapped out to Ronda Rousey's armbar makes me believe that Ronda Rousey's friend, Shayna Baszler, will beat the living shit out of her and become your new SmackDown Women's Champion. Yeah, Liv Morgan has said on SmackDown, you know, I will rip your arm off, and Shayna Baszler basically laughed it off and said, oh yeah, I'd like to see you try. And Liv Morgan said, okay, watch me. So we shall see. I will watch you, Liv Morgan. getting beaten, the stuffing beat out of you at the Clash at the Castle, because who do I think is going to win? Shayna Baszler. Who do I want to win? Admittedly, I want Liv Morgan to win, but it's not gonna happen. So we're gonna have a new SmackDown Women's Champion, Shayna Baszler. And going from a new champion to another, as we're going to go into the main event on the bottom right of your screen, as it's pretty much the hometown hero, even though he's from Scotland. He's from the United Kingdom, so it counts. It is Drew McIntyre going one-on-one with Roman Reigns. He has beaten up their bloodline. He'll do it again if they are at... Well, there's 100% guarantee. Usos will be there. Sami Zayn will be there. I'm not too sure if Paul Heyman will be there, but if he is, then Drew McIntyre will make sure he'll take care of those. All of those people will be taken care of. And at the end of the night, as much as it pains me to say it, Roman Reigns is going to win. Because it's in his home country. It's in the United Kingdom. You know. So... we can't celebrate 2 years of Roman Reigns being Universal Champion for no reason, just to lose it at a meaningless pay-per-view like Clash at the Castle. I would love for this to happen. Drew McIntyre wins fair and square. You know? Beats down the Usos and beats down Sami Zayn. Beat up Paul Heyman again or whatever, you know. Gets in that ring, claymores Roman Reigns after getting up from the spear, the guillotine, and Superman punch and everything being thrown at him. Pins him 1, 2, 3. Then this is when you get Karrion Kross. It's his music playing. He looks down the ramp. Scarlett's there, and from behind, there's Karrion Kross attacking Drew McIntyre, hitting that Sambo suplex, then getting him Drew McIntyre into the cross jacket submission. Then he passes out. He held the titles above his head, places the titles on the ground because he doesn't care about being champion. He just wants to take on Drew McIntyre. Then you hear this music. A-Town down. A-Town down. And, well, Mr. Money in the Bank Theory, or Austin Theory, will come down and cash in Money in the Bank against Drew McIntyre and become your brand new Universal Heavyweight Champion. That's what I think is going to happen at Clash of the Castle. So yeah, who do I think is going to win? Roman Reigns. Who do I want to win? Drew McIntyre. But what do I secretly kind of want to see happen? The cash-in. So, as much as I love Drew McIntyre, and I love both Roman Reigns as wrestlers, going out and kicking everybody's ass every single time they're in that ring, I don't know if I can picture Drew McIntyre winning at Clash at the Castle. But let me know, with all the six matches that are on your screen right now, who do you think's going to win the Edge and Rey Mysterio? That's his Judgment Day match. Who do you think's going to win between Gunther and Sheamus? Who do you think's going to win between Seth Rollins and Matt Riddle? Who do you think's going to win between Team Bianca Belair and Team Bayley? Who do you think's going to win between Liv Morgan and Shayna Baszler? And last but not least, let me know who you think is going to be between Drew McIntyre and Roman Reigns. A Clash at the Castle. I can't wait to watch it tonight at 6 o'clock p.m. It's 1 p.m. Eastern Time, 10 a.m. Western Time, or wherever the other time is for you guys in the US. Pacific Time, there you go. Enjoy Clash of the Castle, because I sure will, and once it's all over, I will give you a review for it. And until next time, goodbye. Thank you very much for watching this video. If you want to watch the previous video, click on the video on the left. But if you want to watch the playlist, then click on the video on the right. Also, feel free to click subscribe by clicking on the Master Chief icon on the top